listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Oh Behave is brought to you by Petco.com. Petco is a leading specialty retailer of premium pet food supplies and services, offering more than 10,000 high-quality pet-related products. Enter the code BEHAVE10, Behave, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at Petco.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Let's travel back in time to the 1980s, back when oil was king and a show called Dallas ruled the airways. The bad boy of the show was J.R. Ewing. One of the must-watch characters who kept you watching each and every episode was the sultry Afton Cooper, J.R.'s mistress, brilliantly played by Audrey Landers. Well, Audrey Landers remains in front of the camera for her many roles as an actress and a singer. She is also world-renowned for her fashion line called the Landers Star Collection that she spearheads with her mom, Ruth. And here comes the best part, listeners. Audrey is a major fan of dogs and does what she can to bring out the doggone best in our favorite tail waggers. Please give pause and applause to the one, the only, Audrey Landers. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. What a great introduction. I love it.
Well, it's all true.
Yeah, it's true and it's fun.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to dig right into what life was like on the Dallas set, what inspired Audrey to start a fashion collection, and how her rescue dogs probably helped keep her sanity and sense of humor right after this commercial break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
There's a movement afoot. ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code BEHAVE, B-E-H-A-V-E, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/behave, B-E-H-A-V-E, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more.
I love animals. If you ask the question, what do I want? What do I need? I'll take affection. I really should mention I need time, I need love, I crave attention. Listen, you're waiting by the door. I'm bringing for you. With shaking tails and happy hearts. I'm bringing for you. And running circles round the floor. I'm bringing for you. That's always when the party starts. Oh, they are my friends. They are my children. They are the furry.
I love my pets. the new single by Mark Winter, available in iTunes.
New York, the glitz, the glamour, the exciting Mutt-tropolis, the sparkling kitty city that never sleeps. Join us each week for Pets in the City with your host, Diane West. Celebrity pet sightings, hot events, and news and reviews with the hottest movers, shakers, and tail waggers in New York. So take a bite out of the Big Apple with Pets in the City every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest is multi-talented. She has about as many talents as the character she plays on television. She's an actress, a producer, a singer, a fashion designer, devoted mom, and pet advocate. Audrey Landers first caught your eye in her role as probably Afton Cooper on The Dallas Show. You'll find her on many of these episodes, but she's also on a new show called Burn Notice, and she's made appearances on the film remake of the show called The Bachelor Party. Besides that, the gal can sing. She's earned 10 gold singles, 4 gold albums, and 2 platinum albums, and she just released another album to kick off 2010. Phew! Hey, Audrey, do you ever sleep?
Not enough. Who has time? Yeah. No, I do keep busy, I have to admit, but I love everything I do, and that's good, of course. But it can be kind of a fault to love so many things and have so many interests because there just aren't enough hours in the day.
No, and I did jokingly say that probably the dogs help you keep sane, but who are a couple of dogs in your life, and what role do you think the dogs play?
My dogs, they are like my children. I sometimes say dogs are the best people I know, aside from my own family.
Right.
I was thinking about this a little earlier today, and I realized that I have never, from the time I was 5 years old, been without a dog.
Wow.
I've never had a time in my life when I didn't have a dog or 2 or 3. And, I just think that, like people brag about their children. Well, my dogs are the best. They are. They are the most lovable. They have such distinctive personalities, just like people do. They add so much to my life. They really do. They're full of joy, and every morning, I do have to admit, I do sleep with my dog. He's in bed with me. And they're little guys, so we have enough room. In the morning when my alarm clock goes off at 5:45 and I'm dreading the darkness in front of me, they both wake up all bright-eyed and lick me and kiss me, and I say, my God, it's just wonderful to be so happy to wake up in the morning, and I look at them and I say, hey, life is great.
Now, they're Roxie and Andy, correct?
Yes.
And what kind of dogs are they, and what you said their personalities? Let's go with Roxie. What's Roxie like?
Well, when we first adopted Roxie, both of them were about only 12 weeks old, and Roxie, actually, we had just lost our previous dog, and everyone was quite upset. And we had our mourning period, and then I said, you know what, we really do love having a pet. So we did a lot of research, and we checked shelters up and down the East Coast because we have a home in New York as well. And so we were really devastated, and we finally said, okay, we're ready. And we found these 2 who were crate mates, as unlikely a couple as you can imagine. And Roxie is a miniature rat terrier, and my son Daniel was immediately drawn to her. And I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. She's precious, but I said, we always had the fluffy, hairy dogs, the fuzzy ones, kind of like me. and Roxie is sleek and beautiful and streamlined, and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me right now.
She says, keep talking, Mom. I got really good qualities.
Yeah,
Keep it on.
She loves it. She's got the cutest long nose you've ever seen. Anyway, but we really thought that there was something, she must have had some trauma for sure, because she didn't like eye contact. She didn't want anyone to touch her. She shied away from, people altogether. She just cowered in a corner. And Andy, who is a half Maltese and half Yorkie, was just the bounding, crazy licking puppy that you expect from, a little baby dog like that. But they were attached. I mean, she was just completely attached to him. Wherever he went, she went. So they needed to be adopted together, no question about it. And since that time, Roxie has found her voice, and she rules the roost now.
Wow.
But it just goes to show you what love can do, okay? I mean, just taking the time and patience. I mean, she wouldn't let you touch her. And now she loves affection. And
that's a testament to you and your family. How old are they now about?
They're almost 3.
Wow. Isn't that nice to see them blossom?
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. And, and it is exactly, you see the relationship that the two dogs have with each other. They care for each other. They play nonstop. They let each other know where the boundaries are. I mean, people should learn to behave like these two do. They really should. The world would be perfect.
So they wouldn't be any soap opera characters like those that say on some of the shows you've been on or on Dallas, right? They would make it.
I think they'd make a very cute soap opera, the way she bosses him around and nips at him when he gets out of line. He likes to bark at other people, and when I tell them not to, she looks at me like, oh, we're supposed to stop, right? And he keeps barking. She nips him in the butt. Very, very
if you could only have done that to J.R. Ewing, that probably would have made the ratings even soar higher.
That would have been a nice storyline.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That's for the dog version. But let's talk a little bit now. You're involved with animals, not only with your own pets, but also for good causes. What are some of the things you're involved in now, Audrey?
Well, on a more national scale, the Humane Society, they have a big fundraiser, and it's a great event. It's the Genesis Awards, which is an award show which honors the entertainment media for raising awareness for animal protection issues. So, and I think it's been around for about 24 years. And it's important that the media does get the recognition, because we in the public eye are fortunate to be able to spread the word, because we sometimes get a platform for those things. And so it's really nice when those efforts are recognized. And, as important as these types of events are, I think it's very important that people understand that they can be involved with animal protection rights in their own community. And that's where we do a lot of work. Our whole family does. You don't have to do something on a national scale, because it really starts right in your own neighborhood. For example, one of my sons, once a month, works with the local veterinarian in town, and they spay and neuter stray animals. And he assists in the actual, surgery and helps one Saturday a month. And they round up these stray animals, which quite often there really aren't enough places to house them. But they do have a group of people that gathers the cats especially, and the ones that aren't fit for adoption, because some of them are feral cats.
Right.
And really wouldn't be fit for adoption. They round them up and they neuter them and spay them. And
they probably notch their ears, too, so people know that they've already been spayed or neutered. That's sort of their calling card.
They do mark them, right. And you don't have to get to that extreme. There are so many organizations in everybody's local neighborhood, whether it's a local shelter that needs to raise money just to get more food for the animals that they house, So you can get involved as little or as much as you want to, but there is plenty of opportunity and plenty of need.
Oh, this sounds great. We are speaking with Audrey Landers. She has many talents, as I've said. She's an actress, a singer. She and her mom have started the Landers Star Collection. This is an amazing line of fashion. She loves pets. She's a great mom. I think Daniel and Adam, your twins, would probably attest to that. And you have shown long staying power in the TV and movie industry, so that's an accomplishment in itself. We're going to be speaking with Audrey a little bit about her fashion line and some of the fun roles that she's played in television right after we pay for this show by taking this commercial break. So, sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fleurop.com and use the code OBEHAVE at checkout. FLEUROP.com, code word OHBEHAVE.
We really love pets. There isn't anything we won't do to make sure they're getting the best products and the best care. So when you ask us a question like,
so how do you feel about cat condos?
We can say from experience,
feels like home for her.
Enter the code BEHAVE10, behave, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
Hello? Danica, where have you been?
Oh, Grandma, I've been busy, racing, GoDaddy girl.
Oh, I built my own online store with GoDaddy.
Really? Let me see. Grandma'sAuction.com. Hey, aren't those Grandpa's golf clubs?
Grandma needs her bingo money.
Use promo code BEHAVE10, BEHAVE, the number 10, and get a .com domain name for just $7.49 at GoDaddy.com.
From Paris, New York, and around the globe, get ready for the hip, the trendy, the uber cool where pets rule. If you've got a passion for pet fashion and a flair for animal wear, this is the ultimate place to take a peek at what's chic in the world of designer pet fashion and cool new pet products. The Pet Set, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Lily Tomlin, and I invite you to listen to the Oh Behave Show with Arden Moore on Pet Life Radio.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. We have our special guest, actress, singer, fashion designer, Audrey Landers. She's in the house, and I think your doggies are probably near you, and they're being quite well behaved. Roxie and Andy, big paws up to you. So we were just finishing up. You're going to be on the committee for the Genesis Awards for the Humane Society of the United States, but I like the part that you were saying that you can do your own good for pets in your own community, and one of your sons seems to be doing that right now.
Right, and my other son is organizing a fundraiser. And we're also going to be able to actually, as a family, both kids together are going to be helping to organize a local thing, again, a fashion show, which will feature our fashions, the Landers Star Collection fashions, but it will benefit two of the local shelters in our area.
What are the name of the shelters?
Well, there's the Humane Society shelter in town, and there's a group called SOAR, and if I can only remember what the acronym is, Students Organized for Animal Rights.
Oh, good.
And yeah, SOAR. And so they're going to be working in conjunction with us. We're going to be featuring our fashions, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Are you going to have any dogs strutting the catwalk in clothing, or is this going to be two-legger fashion?
That's what we're planning. We're planning on that. I don't think both of mine will be able to do that because as sweet as my Andy boy is, he loves people more than other animals.
Okay.
So he'll be cheering us on from within home.
You know what? And that's a smart statement itself, too. You do need to know your pets, right? And set them up for success.
Absolutely. Just like your children.
Well, let's talk about your fashion. I mean, you've got a nice partner that knows you quite well. So let's talk about your teammate is in the Landers Star Collection, how you got involved in that.
Well, this teammate is my mom, Ruth Landers, and we have actually been partners in many, 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 many ventures forever. And whether it was film production, music production, we even have a real estate business together, she and I. But the fashion collection, and she has always been my manager. And the fashion collection is an outgrowth of something that we have always wanted to do. She always would say, you know, fashion is my passion. And whenever I would perform, whether it was on Dallas or even a chorus line or many of my Vegas shows and, you know, big galas and things I worked with incredible designers, and we worked very closely with them, just tweaking the outfits here, there, saying, oh, this could be a little more flattering. And my mom always had a great eye for these things, how to flatter a woman's figure. So we have all these years of experience, lots of little secrets. And so when the opportunity arose, probably almost 2 years ago now, we created our line of fashion and premiered in Europe.
Wow.
And we're on Home Shopping Europe for about a year. And we brought our fashions to the United States on Shop NBC, which is one of the shopping channels, and also shopnbc.com. We're very committed to the brand, and we love the compliments we get, the feedback we get when we create a style, and we have friends or fans or total strangers just say, oh, I love this, and I feel so comfortable, I look so pretty. So it's been a lot of fun for us to do. And
well, it sounds like you're also, though, very conscientious of making sure that your clothing is animal-friendly and cruelty-free, correct?
Absolutely. That's really important. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, and so we're very, very connected to that sort of thing, and it's really important to us.
So tell us about your fashion. What sort of things sets you apart from some others? What would be your calling cards, if you would, for your fashion line?
I think that the whole philosophy of our fashion is that we are multi-generational, and we bring glamour and elegance to everyone. You know, we believe that every woman is a star, and she deserves her chance to shine. And so our fashions always have a little bit of glamour, a little bit of glitter, and they're always figure-flattering. And then to take it one step further, they are really affordable, because we think that that's the premier thing, affordable glamour for every woman. And because my mother is of a different generation than I am, our input is really a combined effort. And we have a great broad appeal. It's amazing. If you take a look online, you'll see some of the fashions. They're glamorous, but they're figure-flattering to a mature woman as well.
Yeah, well, I'm already like looking at my closet going, uh-oh, I need Audrey and Ruth's help pronto. I think my dogs, Chipper and Cleo, look at me going, oh, no, she's not wearing that again. We're going out to public with her. Oh, no. So you may get a call from me, or maybe Chipper or Cleo will call you saying, please help my pet parent because she really needs some help. She's into solids, and that's about it.
A makeover.
I need a mutt makeover. Now, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your role as a singer, because you do have a new album coming out, and I guess your son Daniel is also a singer. So let's switch gears and talk about some of your music accomplishments.
Okay. Well, it's all German stuff, okay? It's Music in Dreams is the English translation, basically. But I have a lot of albums. I started my recording career in Europe in the 80s, and it's just been, you know, growing and growing. I took a few years off, I guess in the, late 90s. I guess I took some years off. I wanted to have my children, spend time with them. I kind of took a break from a lot of things, except I really did not want to be on tour. I had 2 little babies, and that was not in the card. So I took some years off from the music anyway. During that time, my mom and I produced a TV series for kids, but the touring was not part of the issue. Then they came back to me and said, hey, would you like to do another album? And at that point, my son was about 10 years old, And he was really, really interested in showbiz. And he was very talented. I know it sounds silly, but he knew what he wanted from the time he was 3 or 4 years old. He was on stage in the TV series that we were producing called the Hug-a-Bug Club, which is a musical educational series for children. I mean, he really showed a great amount of talent. And, well, at 10, I said, sure. Yeah, he was 10 years old. I'll do a comeback album if there are a couple of conditions. I do not live in L.A. anymore. I want to do it in my little hometown in Florida if I can record here. And can my son do a couple of duets with me, which was so unusual because he was 10 years old. Anyway, we did the album multilingual, several languages, Daniel and I together, and it was just sweet and wonderful. And it was a whole, it turned out to be, we did it for selfish reasons, but it turned out to be something that the audience just loved, with a whole new look on Audrey as a mom now,
It's very endearing and wonderful to hear someone that's been in show business who has such a strong family bond. I mean, with your mom and with your sons. I wish you could sprinkle some of the Audrey Landers style of life onto all of us, and it might be a better planet.
Oh, that's very sweet. So Daniel and I did this fun album, and it was very successful. Then he went, by 12, he did his solo album. By 13, he was voted Europe's Rising Star of the Year for some of the Austria, Germany, Switzerland, the Euro regional charts there. And he's now 16, and he's been writing away. He's an amazing composer, and he's doing fantastic. And now I'm producing his newest album.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
that's
and it's
great.
in English.
Well, I was noodling around on your background, and weren't you about 12 years old when you somehow got on the Merv Griffin show or something? Didn't you send a tape to somebody, and it was kind of a long shot, and you got to sing your song?
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it began. I mean, I started out about his age, only actually a little younger, and I was a songwriter, and I had submitted a song that I sang and wrote and got a chance to sing on the Merv Griffin show, which was pretty awesome. And well, it was. I was like 13. It was amazing. And from there, I got an agent, and she got me my first soap opera audition, and then it kind of snowballed from there, and I spent my teen years doing a soap or two, and also playing a singer and songwriter, so I really had a chance to hone my writing skills all those years because my character sang. And then, of course, the big soap opera, Dallas, they wrote me in as a singer again, and on Dallas, my character, Afton, sang all the songs that I wrote.
Really? What was that like on that show? Because back at that time, folks, this was the #1 watched show, other than you kind of competed back and forth with 60 Minutes, but no one missed Dallas. And I remember at the time that I was at a grocery store, and the grocery store receipt showed who shot JR. I mean, that's how involved America was. You were blessed to be on the watched TV show of the time.
It was so exciting. I mean, it was a wonderful time. It gave me instant stardom, even though I had been working as an actress, and as I said, I was doing a soap opera. So, but Dallas was like the overnight success story, even though I'd been working from the time I was 10 years old. The show was just such a phenomenon, being the #1 show in the whole world, okay?
Right.
So anywhere I went, the world stopped when Dallas was on, just like it did here. Every television and every restaurant had to have Dallas, or nobody'd be in there on that Friday night. It was. I mean, we had some wonderful experiences, and when we visited various places around the world as a cast for promotions and things, and riding through like a desert in Morocco, okay, and having big signs, and somebody with a camel standing there saying "Welcome Dallas,"
Oh my gosh!
Pretty outrageous things. It was a wonderful experience because the character was so much fun. The cast was incredible, and it was. There's a little known fact that some of my fans have reminded me that the years that I was on the show, it was the #1 show, and the years I was not on, it didn't hit #1. So I'm sure it was a fun coincidence, but it was nice for my fans to remind me.
Hey, that's an accolade, Audrey. I love the show. I watched it all the time, and it is a delight to have you on our show. I want to make sure that people know how they can track you down in a good way with your Landers Star Collection, and also to learn more about you and your very talented family. So let's go ahead and get some websites out there and maybe things that they can do either on Twitter or Facebook to check out what's going on.
Yeah, well, we have the place where you can see our fashion collection is at shopnbc.com. When you get on there, you just look at Landers and our collection. We haven't put out our spring yet, but spring is coming shortly. We still have some gorgeous items that are, for most seasons, beautiful satin jackets and stuff. Anyway, so that's shopnbc.com. And, of course, you can follow us and updates on Facebook for the Landers Star Collection. And you can check out my son's music on MySpace. Yeah, myspace.com/Daniel Landers.
Okay. I'm going to do a thing on you for Facebook. So you're going to get Art Moore requesting you. I hope you'll be on my Facebook because I do a lot of fun things with pets all over the country. So you can check it out. And I'm going to keep an eye on Daniel Landers because he may be the next rising star in the world of music, right?
Yep.
That's a proud mom. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we say goodbye?
No, just, hey, I love your show, and I'm really glad that you're getting the word out there that we all have to care for the critters of the world because we have to be the voice for those who don't have a voice of their own.
That's right, we are, and it's a good role. I'm not great in fashion, but I sure love to help people and pets.
Well, me too.
We're speaking with Audrey Landers, a very talented actress, singer, fashion designer, awesome mom, beloved pet parent to Andy and Roxy. And as she said, please go to shopnbc.com to check out the fashion line that she and her mom have. It's called the Landers Star Collection. And check out her son's talented MySpace page, myspace.com/Daniel Landers. And there's more. So I am very honored to have you on our show, Audrey. I also want to thank Mark Winter. He is our awesome producer. He makes the show happen each and every week. So until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.